Right now on Hoosier News Source, dropping temperatures, increasing homeless population. Find out what the local community does for those in need during the cold winter months.
And with a new semester comes new renovations. Find out what's to come.
And I have the details on this week's midweek warm-up as well as the forecast for the IU-Purdue basketball game this Sunday. Hoosier News Source starts now.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Hoosier News Source. I'm Mike Farina.
And I'm Courtney Sisk.
To start off the show, Sarah joins us live in studio with this week's weather. Sarah?
Thanks, Mike. So on Wednesday, we can expect colder temperatures after the brief warm-up we had this weekend. So at 9 a.m., as you're walking into class, temperatures will be really cold at 31 degrees, and there will even be a chance of snow and flurries. And as you're walking to class from noon to 3 p.m., temperatures will only warm up to about 35 degrees, so I definitely recommend bringing a coat. And we can expect temperatures to go up the rest of the week, but unfortunately for Sunday's game against Purdue, the weather is not looking too good for IU basketball fans. So temperatures will only get as high as 43 degrees, and then if you're one of the fans that is planning on getting in line hours before the door opens, I will recommend bringing a coat and an umbrella, as Sunday's forecast unfortunately calls for rain and snow. So the chance of precip is 50 degrees and the cold temperatures will be at 32 degrees. Now let's take a look at what the rest of the week looks like for Bloomington. So on Wednesday, there's chance of flurries, and then you can see as we progress throughout the week, temperatures will rise, getting into the low 50s, and then as we head into Sunday, unfortunately a miserable day for IU basketball fans waiting in line, and then as we head into Monday, Tuesday, temperatures rising a little bit. And that's all for this week's weather. Mike, Courtney, if you plan on going to the game this Sunday, stay warm and stay dry. Back to you.
Flu season is in full force this year, and Indiana is one of the states listed as widespread activity. According to the CDC, this year's flu outbreak is about to become one of the most active. The strand H3N2 is a particularly dangerous form, and the total number of influenza-associated deaths in Indiana has reached 25. The School of Informatics, Computing, and Engineering opened up its new home at the start of the semester. Hoosier News Source reporter Andrew Lamparski has a special look inside of the state-of-the-art building.
Classes have officially begun at Luddy Hall, the brand new informatics building at the corner of Woodlawn and Cottage Grove Avenue. Construction began on the $42 million building in 2015 and is now home to SICE, the School of Informatics, Computing, and Engineering. With an auditorium, classrooms, study rooms, a career services center, and even a cafe, SICE Dean Raj Acharya says Luddy Hall was designed with students in mind.
If you walk through Luddy Hall, you'll find a lot of rooms which are open to students, and they can congregate, work with each other. These are all focus rooms, collaboratory rooms.
During the day, Luddy Hall is lit almost entirely by natural light, a concept the school calls sharing the light. The building also has views ranging from Ballantyne Hall all the way to Memorial Stadium.
It was a lot more modern than I was expecting, but I've noticed IU keeps doing that with their newer buildings.
I'm here just outside of Luddy Hall on Woodlawn Avenue. While the building is admired for its architecture, it was designed specifically to keep up with evolving technologies for years to come.
When technology changes, the infrastructure doesn't need to change, the physical infrastructure. The physical infrastructure is designed for the future and adaptability, but what changes is the electronic equipment and the computing equipments.
SICE was previously broken up into several different buildings, including Lindley Hall and Wells Library. The move to Luddy Hall enabled the school to bring all of their different components under one roof. For now, students are getting used to the new building and learning to take advantage of all of its features.
I have one class in here, but then two of my classes are moving into here. But I do know that there's a lot more updated technology in more places, but I know there's also lounges, there's a cafe.
For Hoosier News Source, I'm Andrew Lamparski.
The 124,000 square foot building will have its official dedication in April. For more information on Luddy Hall, visit sice.indiana.edu.
When he's not doing archival work and research at the Herman B. Wells Library, the IU librarian Akram Kabibulev is communicating with fellow Middle Eastern librarians worldwide. Akram was named the president of the Middle East Libraries Association in November. He specializes in Middle Eastern, Central Eurasian, and Islamic studies in the library. MELA is a global organization that allows Middle Eastern librarians to communicate with one another, promote research, and distribute Middle East library materials. Akram's responsibilities as president include directing MELA's annual November conference and leading the association's year-round activities.
This past Tuesday, Indiana University faculty, staff, students, and community members gathered to celebrate the addition of a new regional academic health center on campus. The building is expected to be completed in 2020 and will include a cancer center, surgical services, a women's center, neonatal intensive care, a trauma center, and a new program in dentistry. Work on the site will begin within the next few weeks.
Residents of Forest Quadrangle had to move from one tower to another at the start of the semester due to recent renovations. IUS-TV reporter Carson Blackwell has more on the story.
Since the school year started, only one of Forest Quadrangle's 2 towers has been inhabited by students due to ongoing renovations. Early in the first semester, Forest administration announced to students that they would be moving from the A tower to the B tower after winter break. Forest resident Margarita Castellanos is one of hundreds of students affected by the move.
Let us into the new rooms, so you had to pack up all your stuff before the week of finals or after finals were over, and then people would come and move the stuff.
The $15 million renovation began in May 2017 and is expected to end in June 2018. As for the communication between management and the residents, some students have mixed feelings.
It wasn't really communicated well at the beginning. We didn't know when we were going to move, anything like that, until the very end of the semester. We didn't know what to expect over there. We didn't have any information until the very last few weeks of the semester.
RA was really nice and helpful, and then they gave us boxes and they gave us tape and stuff, and if we had any questions, we could just ask our RA or people downstairs.
I'm here in the newly renovated Forest B Tower. While switching towers frustrated some students, they also found great benefits in living in the new tower. Some of the new amenities in the B Tower include pod bathrooms, a new first floor lounge, card readers for all dorm doors, and a new sprinkler system throughout the building.
And we had communal bathrooms in our old tower, and now we have 6 pods, and then 4 sinks off to the girls' side, and then 4 other sinks in the boys' side.
It wasn't fun, removing in everything and packing everything up, but I like the new tower.
Now that the move is completed, students are finally settling into their new rooms for the new semester. For Hoosier News Source, I'm Carson Blackwell.
Starting in fall 2018, both towers will be open and ready for new residents to move in. For more information on the renovation, visit rps.indiana.edu.
Staff at the Shalom Community Center are not closing their doors to homeless individuals in Monroe County due to the dropping temperatures and heavy snowfall. The Shalom Center offers meals, life essentials, and crisis casework for individuals without a home. During winter months, the center is open on most weekends, serving the homeless 7 days a week. Overnight shelter is offered at the Shalom Center's partner, A Friend's Place, located on 919 South Rogers Street. For more information about the community center, visit their website at shalomcommunitycenter.org.
Coming up, we tell you how the Hoosiers did in sports this week.
Plus, more details on a border agreement between North and South Korea.
These stories and more coming up. Stay with us.
And it's an honor to be here.
After suffering a season-ending injury in late March,
As you can see behind me,
Welcome back. Over winter break, 6 IU students traveled to Panama to teach dance classes to underprivileged kids. The week-long program was organized through the international nonprofit organization Movement Exchange. Movement Exchange has bases in Panama, Brazil, and the United States. The IU chapter holds free weekly dance classes at Girls Incorporated of Monroe County, Boys and Girls Clubs of Bloomington, and Middle Way House.
Moving on to the most recent news around the world, one violent event being the Taliban claiming responsibility for a deadly attack at Kabul's Intercontinental Hotel Saturday. 6 gunmen entered the hotel's restaurant and demanded they find and kill foreigners. The number of deaths remain unclear, but local news outlets say it's around 50. The 14-hour standoff occurred between gunmen and police while hotel guests hid in their rooms and tried escaping through windows. A border agreement was reached between South and North Korea after Kim Jong-un stated he will send a team to compete in the Winter Olympics next month and allow the 2 teams to march under one flag. South Korean President Moon Jae-in gave credit to President Trump, saying Kim Jong-un's decision to begin a dialogue with the South likely could be a result of the Trump administration's sanctions and pressure. An avalanche threat in Switzerland has cut off a popular ski resort for the second time in 2 weeks. Tourists had to be airlifted out of the Sarmat Resort Sunday. The roads and railway services have all been shut down as the snow continues to fall. The avalanche risk across the Alps is at a maximum threat of 5, and this is the second time this month the residents have been evacuated due to snowfall.
Many IU sports teams were back in action this weekend. IUS TV sports reporter Andrew Walker joins us in studio with the highlights. Andrew?
The women's basketball team was in East Lansing, Michigan, battling the Michigan State Spartans on Saturday. And with Jalen Penn taking home the Big Ten Freshman of the Week, the Hoosiers took the victory over Michigan State. The Indiana men's basketball team took home the win last night in Assembly Hall, taking down the Maryland Terrapins in a late-game nail-biter, 71-68. Juwan Morgan, unsure if he would be able to play after spraining his ankle in the first half of last game against Michigan State, dropped by 25 points and scooped up 5 rebounds. The Hoosiers are now 12-8 overall and 5-3 in Big Ten play. The Hoosiers' next game is on January 24th at Illinois. The number 13 Indiana women's water polo team fell short against number 5 Arizona State in Santa Barbara, California, 10-3. This was their first loss on the season, and they look to bounce back against Toronto on January 27th. Well, are you guys going to make it to the IU Purdue basketball game?
Absolutely.
Of course, if there's one game that's a must, it's the IU Purdue game. No better rivalry than them two.
Yeah, it's great, and it was awesome that Juwan Morgan played after that ankle injury. Fantastic.
I think everyone was happy about that quick turnaround.
He truly is an inspiration to all.
Well, thank you so much, Andrew. That's all we have for you this week. For more campus and local news, visit our website at iustv.com.
And like us on social media. Like us on Facebook at IUSTV News and follow us on Twitter at Hoosier NW Source.
From all of us here at IUS TV, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.